What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Fantasy Tomorrow. Today we're going to be talking about injuries and all of the injuries that are relevant to setting our lineups for Week 6. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. There were a lot of injuries this past week in Week 5 and a lot that we're going to have to be keeping our eye on. So let's spend some time in talking about all of these injuries. First off, let's start with our long-term injuries. Now, of course, this is bad news for all of these players. Hopefully, they'll all get back to action as soon as possible, but some of these are pretty serious. First off, quarterback Russell Wilson of the Seattle Seahawks had a finger injury and ended up needing surgery. And the optimistic expectation for him is that he will be able to suit up in Week 10, but it could easily take longer for him to get back to action. And Geno Smith is going to be in command of the Seahawks offense until Wilson gets back. So definitely bad news for Wilson and could also negatively affect Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. So definitely something to keep an eye on. Now, Saquon Barkley, running back for the Giants, hurt his ankle. Now, it's not as bad as it could have been, but he is expected to miss a couple of weeks, which means that Devante Booker is going to be carrying the load in the Giants' backfield. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, running back for the Kansas City Chiefs, has an MCL sprain, which is not as bad as they expected, but he is expected to miss around 3 weeks, which means that Darrell Williams is going to be filling in for CEH in the Chiefs' backfield. JuJu Smith-Schuster, wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers, hurt his shoulder and unfortunately is out for the season. So really bad news for JuJu, but that means that Chase Claypool's production and Deontay Johnson's production is probably going to take a step forward. Kenny Golladay, wide receiver for the Giants, hurt his knee. In fact, it's a hyperextended knee and is expected to miss at least Week 6 and probably could miss a little bit more time. Definitely want to keep an eye on going forward. George Kittle, tight end for the 49ers, hurt his calf and was placed on IR before the games took place in Week 5. So he's going to miss at least 3 weeks, probably will come back around Week 9 or so. Now let's talk about some more minor injuries to keep an eye on as we set our lineups for Week 6. Let's start by talking about Tom Brady, quarterback, of course, for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, he hurt his thumb, but this is a minor injury, and he should be fine to play on Thursday night. Now, Daniel Jones, quarterback for the Giants, has a bad concussion. He's going to have to clear protocol, so need to keep an eye on him. Joe Burrow, quarterback for the Bengals, hurt his throat, which was really scary, but he checked out okay, so he should be good to go. And then also, Tua Tagovailoa, who's been on IR for a while, he has had that rib injury, but he's been making progress and he could come back off of IR this week. Moving on to running backs, Christian McCaffrey of the Panthers has that hamstring injury that's caused him to miss some time, but the team is hopeful that he'll be able to play in Week 6. Dalvin Cook of the Vikings has a hurt ankle. He missed Week 5 and he's definitely going to be someone to keep an eye on. Same with Chris Carson, running back for the Seahawks. He has a neck injury and he also missed Week 5, but he is improving. Damien Harris, running back for the Patriots, hurt his ribs in Week 5 and is day-to-day, but he should be okay moving forward, but definitely want to keep an eye on him. Moving into our wide receivers, Tyreek Hill, wide receiver for the Chiefs, hurt his knee, but it's a minor knee injury, and the Chiefs do not expect him to miss any time. Julio Jones, wide receiver for the Titans, has a hamstring injury that's caused him to miss a couple of weeks, and he's definitely going to be one that we want to keep an eye on in practice this week. Shepard, wide receiver for the Giants, has also missed a couple of weeks with a hamstring injury, and he's going to be someone we want to keep an eye on. And then in his absence, Kadarius Toney, his teammate, had a huge breakout game in Week 5, but he did sustain a leg injury during that game, and his current status is really uncertain for Week 6. Jarvis Landry of the Browns has that MCL injury that's kept him on IR for the last few weeks, but he is eligible to return off of IR this week, and the same goes for Michael Gallup, who's been dealing with that calf injury. He could also come back off of IR. And then our last wide receiver, Devante Parker of the Dolphins, has that shoulder and hamstring injury. He missed Week 5, and he's definitely going to be one to keep an eye on this week. Moving into a couple of tight ends, and these are two of the best tight ends in the game. First off, Travis Kelce of the Chiefs has a stinger injury, but it's supposed to be minor, and I don't think the Chiefs expect him to miss any time. It'll probably pop up on the injury report, but he should be okay. And then finally, Rob Gronkowski of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has that rib and punctured lung injury, which is very scary. He missed the last couple of weeks, but the Buccaneers do expect that he could return in Week 6 on Thursday night, so definitely keep an eye on him. Alright guys, I know that was a lot of injuries, but here's a review of all of these, and maybe to help you keep track of all of these injuries this week, you could print this out, download it below, and that'll definitely help you so that you can know how to set your lineups around all of these injuries this week. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe for more league-winning fantasy advice and drop us a like and a comment. Go follow us on Twitter and on Facebook and just, ask us questions. We really do enjoy interacting with all of you guys. Also, if you could go check out our other channel, Pretty Smart Sports, where we're talking about all sorts of different sports stuff, I really think you would enjoy it. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.